Welcome back to the channel. RacerX here, and I've got several updates for you today, mainly on the fact that I recently had a 2-hour phone conversation. Actually, just today I had a 2-hour phone conversation with General Motors. So I really want to tell you all about what's going on. For those of you that are not familiar, I had a C8 Z06 deposit down, had it down for over 2 years, and the dealership kind of pulled some interesting things with me. I will kind of cover that, but today, a long phone conversation with GM. It will be interesting to see where things go. Also, I spent the last 21 years of my life in Dallas, Texas. Well, that has all changed now as well. I am now in Tampa, Florida, which is why I've not been posting for like the last week and a half. So guys, I have not gone away, just doing some relocating. So I've got a whole new slew of dealerships to work with down here, just kind of working on all that. The car scene is just different here. And for some odd reason here, it rains like every day at like 3 o'clock. It's just something that happens here. Who knew? For those of you guys from Florida, you're probably like, well, surprised he didn't know that, but yeah. Apparently it does. It rains every single day here, so I won't be running the big tires much on this car if I don't know if it's going to rain. But if you guys are new to my channel, please do me a big favor. Please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. You can find that right down here in the corner. I have so many interesting things planned for this year. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, and off we go.
T-minus 15 seconds.
I figure I'll go ahead and take advantage of the time where it's not raining to go ahead and just take a little walk around the neighborhood here. But really the big thing today is talking about this situation with my C8 Z06 order, really what happened. I put out several videos kind of about this, but I initially had a C8 Z51 package car, kind of all spec'd out, all that good stuff. And I waited for quite some time for that car to actually be built because of COVID, the microchip shortage, all the stuff that happened. And we talked about it at length, guys. But it took them over a year to get that car built for me. And when it finally came in, I sort of made the executive decision, look, a lot of guys already got their C8s. The content was already somewhat saturated, and I wanted to be one of the first guys to the party with something new. So we went ahead and moved my deposit over to the C8 Z06. I didn't really care how long it took. I was going to go to the Mustang platform for a while, which I did. And that's obviously why you see I have a twin turbo Mustang now. But this Z06 has really been on my mind for quite some time. I've really been looking forward to getting this car. Had my deposit down on the C8 Z06 now for like 2 years. And then out of the blue, just like a couple of months ago, the dealership that I was working with that normally never sells over sticker price, we had an agreement. They weren't going to sell it for over sticker. I was one of the first ones on the list. I wanted to be one of the first people in the country with this car so I could show you guys what this thing was all about. Maybe work with some of my sponsors on some really cool stuff on the car. You guys can imagine what I was going to do. They came back and said, look, RacerX, we have a policy change. Ownership decided that if you want to buy one of these cars at sticker, we will let you. However, you have to make a $50,000 donation to one of our charities in order to be able to buy one of these cars at sticker. Well, I am not independently wealthy, much to people's surprise. And so I'm actually far from it. This car was going to be a stretch for me anyway, but I wanted to do it for the channel. I thought it would be fun. And so that was really the whole plan, is to get this thing at sticker. But now that all of a sudden with this $50,000, just go ahead and throw it at a charity, and now we'll consider letting you buy the car, that completely priced myself and the vast majority of people out there that had deposits down at this dealership out of the market. It's pretty whacked out. Now, initially, when I put out my video letting you guys know what happened with my C8 Z06 order, it really struck a nerve with a lot of people, because I think there are a lot of folks out there that really want performance cars that are simply being priced out of the market by these dealerships. And the practice of dealer markup has kind of just gotten absolutely crazy. And, the car shortage is still a thing. Demand is still high, and the dealerships are taking full advantage, because there are still people out there that are willing to pay $20, $30, $50, $80,000 over sticker to get what they want. I don't know how they're doing it with all the inflation and the gas prices and everything going on right now, but somehow they're doing it. And it's just kind of an odd thing that's happening right now. But I did talk to GM about my entire experience at this dealership. The fact that I had a C8, I chose not to get the C8. I could have bought the C8 and literally flipped it and made a bunch of money, but I didn't do that. I didn't feel like it was the right thing to do. I let another customer grab that thing at Sticker, and I was just told that, look, you're going to get your C8 Z06. We're going to sell it to you at Sticker, and you'll be one of the first people in the country with it. You can do your YouTube thing. And like I said, that was over 2 years ago. And when I talked to GM on the phone, they were not happy about what had happened to me. Honestly, I had already written these guys a letter a little while back, sort of explaining the situation, never heard back on anything. And then, of course, today got the call and worked with them. And now I'm expecting a call back from a senior executive with GM, not only to go over the situation in a little more depth, but perhaps see if there's anything that they can do to maybe still help me get a car. And I really did think this was sort of a dead thing. Even for a while, several weeks went by, and I was like, look, I'm just going to let this go. I'm really frustrated about it. I don't want to be a big complainer, but it is really messed up because instead of getting my C8, which I would have still gotten had I not moved my deposit over to the Z06, and fully understanding I was going to get this thing at Sticker price, I feel like I pretty much got hooped all the way around. Now, one of the other things I want to make mention of, and I actually did a video on this a little while back, is the fact that GM put all sorts of stuff out there in the press that they were going to be essentially penalizing dealerships that were price gouging customers, essentially charging way over Sticker. They were going to limit allocations to customers. And there was a little bit of a weird way that they were doing that, but at least they were going to make an attempt so that the average person, not the rich lawyer from New York or wherever you may be from that really doesn't care about performance driving but is buying the car more as an investment, hopefully not as many of those people will get a hold of the cars, and people that are actually performance enthusiasts, hopefully like you guys and certainly like me, where we can actually get the car, do what the car was intended to do, go out, drive the living crap out of the thing, enjoy it, and then that way it kind of spreads the love a little bit. It doesn't price all of the true enthusiasts out of the market. And it is a real shame that that is what's happening so often right now. And now all of a sudden we're back at square one because, as we're seeing, dealerships really did not care about Chevy's efforts in terms of limiting their allocations on these cars that are really, really hard to get. But I'm hoping that they're taking notice about kind of my situation. And this situation is not just unique to me. It's happened to other YouTubers and certainly other folks that are not on YouTube as well. And it really is not a fair deal. Now, I know many of you may be asking this question in your head, so I will go ahead and address it. And it's, look, RacerX, what do you hope to achieve by talking to GM? And in truth, I really just want to buy a Z06 at Sticker like I had agreed. I know a lot of people say I'd love to buy a Z06 at Sticker too, but just keep in mind, guys, I passed up a C8 that was actually built for me. I didn't buy it. I could have flipped it. I could have done all sorts of stuff. Instead, I moved my deposit over 2 years ago with the understanding that I was going to be able to buy this car at Sticker and be one of the first people out there with it. They knew exactly why I wanted to do it, all that kind of stuff. It was all put out there. I didn't even put a deposit down at any other dealerships or anything because of the understanding I had with this particular dealership. And all of a sudden with this policy change and all that kind of stuff, I pretty much got hooped. And many of you guys are aware, this is like the third vehicle in a row I've kind of been hooped on because of just the weird car market out there right now. So I won't go into too much on that, but I still would absolutely love to get a hold of a C8 Z06, maybe work with a sponsor or two of mine to show you guys what this thing is really capable of. And I had big plans on this car, guys. This has been in the works now for years. And so I'm really kind of hoping that GM somehow comes through for me. Maybe they put me in contact with a dealership that's still willing to give me one of their allocations at Sticker. Maybe nothing good will happen. At the end of the day, maybe they'll just tell me, look, there's absolutely nothing we can do. But at least it's something I'm trying, guys. I am still trying, and I was not expecting this little door to kind of open, even if it's just open a little bit. But let's hope this executive, we have a really good phone conversation here in the very near future. And who knows, maybe we'll actually get the Z06 after all. Let me know what you guys think about all the shenanigans in the comments down below. Just a quick update for you, and I will catch you on the next one. So until then, RacerX.